the Senate leader, other principal officers present, the national chairman of Nigeria Legion, Major General Abdul Malik Jibrin, retired, and the entire delegation. Gentlemen of the press, let me, on behalf of all my colleagues in the Senate, welcome you, Mr. Chairman, with your members, to the Senate wing of the National Assembly. Today marks a very important day for us in the Senate, having received you in a courtesy and, of course, a decoration of the principal officers of the Senate with the emblem of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. This is a very important event, and for us, it's significant because our armed forces, right from inception, have been very supportive of this, our country. Nigerians fought in so many parts of the world as part of the efforts to bring world peace, to bring stability, and enhance democracy. And the process, many have lost their lives, many were maimed, and of course, many suffered some form of trauma. And as a nation and as a people, it is important that we appreciate the sacrifices done by our armed forces, especially those who have been directly affected and their families. I believe that the same story obtains on the efforts by our armed forces to fight insurgency, militancy, banditry, and many other forms of security challenges within our borders. We fought the unfortunate civil war, and of course, presently, our armed forces are involved in many, many fronts. What is expected of us as citizens and as institutions is to continue to support our armed forces, especially the Legion, in whatever way we can. Therefore, it is an opportunity for us to also make our own contribution to this annual and very important event of remembering our armed forces. I want to commend our armed forces, particularly for working so hard with so little to fight various shades of insecurity in our country. All of us citizens must continue to give our support in whatever way we can. As an institution, as a parliament, as a national assembly, we are very, very, very conscious of one fact, that given your commitment to fighting for the security of this nation and safety of our people, we must continue to provide significant resources to our armed forces for them to be able to do better than what they are doing. And that is why National Assembly, and particularly this 9th National Assembly, has been quite supportive. Recently, we passed the supplementary budget where over 800 billion naira was appropriated for the armed forces and other security agencies, out of just about 900. That is more than 70%, probably more than 80% of what we passed in the supplementary budget. We are going to do the same in the 2022 appropriation. We are going to devote significant resources for armed forces, because we believe that with their commitment and the level of dedication and patriotism and loyalty to this country, you can do much more better. And we believe that insurgency, banditry, and militancy can be eliminated in this country, or at least reduced to the barest minimum. So we will commit ourselves to doing that, and we will support you all the way. Let me also commend the Legion. The national chairman was with you in October at the villa when you decorated Mr. President. What we are doing is to ensure that there is always some connection between the Legion and the various arms of government. You are at the executive side. Today, you are in the legislature. And of course, we appreciate this attitude and disposition of the Legion. Even though we're a separate arm of government, but we work in partnership with the executive arm of government to ensure that we're on the same page all the time for our institutions, especially our armed forces and the Legion, to be properly attended to. So I commend you for that. And of course, the Federal Minister of Defense, I know how committed you have been to ensuring that those who paid the ultimate sacrifice are not forgotten, their families are remembered in such a way that we alleviate some of their challenges and sufferings. So I commend you for doing that, and I understand that you have that level of commitment, so you even have a unit that deals with it. And by the way, it is something that could happen to anyone, whether you are in the armed forces or not. But of course, if you are in the armed forces, it is expected that the chances are that you can be open, or you could be one of those that will sometimes could fall into this category of people suffering these casualties. So I commend you, and I want to commit the National Assembly, particularly the Senate, once again, to ensuring that we support the Legion and support our armed forces and other security agencies. Only few of us are here. We are 109 in the Senate, and at the moment, most of the principal officers have been decorated. The principal officers are 10. So you have other senators out of the principal officers, out of that will be 99. I will urge you that you make available the emblem for all the members in the Senate, the senators, so that we give our senators one each to also wear this until the 15th of January next year. I think 15th is the last day, until the 15th of January, because that will add to the awareness when the citizens see their leaders wearing this. It tells them something about what is going on. Otherwise, many will not even understand what is happening. They may not even understand what the Legion stands for. So we are going to do that. And on behalf of my colleagues in the Senate, we are donating 5 million to the coffers. And I will make a personal donation of 500,000 naira. So we have 5,500,000 for the Legion. Thank you very much.
Position ourselves in front of the flags. In front of the flags, the KSP leader, Chief Whip of the Senate. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.